Yahweh, Barak Yahushai. Oh, let me do this. I just can. Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahushai, Barak Yahweh, Ba'ashir, Yahushai. Gosh, I want to give double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Hold on, let me pull up into this corner so lock you out. And last but not least, I want to give my peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect, starting with your believers, the men, women, and children, helpers of the prophets, and also you fellow laborers out there that make their bodies as a living sacrifice to you all. I say shalom. I wanted to do a video that was inspired by a conversation that the brother Abadiba, Big Bro, as I like to call him, Big Bro, the officer in the DC camp, we had a conversation about the situation. And honestly, there are times when your flesh, your mind, tends to exaggerate, right, the circumstance, right, or your situation. And it was just one of those times where, now that I'm looking back at it after we concluded the whole conversation, it's like, what was the point of that, right? What was the point of that? But all things happen through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, and there was a benefit from having that conversation because now, it's like my spirit has been recalibrated. Okay, and when one of the many things he mentioned stood out to me was you cannot let the world abuse you, right? And that also goes into being humble, humility, using humility to essentially navigate through the world. But there are times where you cannot let the world take you for granted, if that even makes sense. Because here's the thing. People look at being humble as weakness. They look at you as you're weak, you're a coward, right? You're a coward if you use wisdom. You're weak. Okay, if you're humble. That's what the world looks at. But we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai that that's not so. All right? And we have to understand that we cannot allow this world to take advantage of us, really. Okay? To take advantage of us and then to run all over us. All right? You have to set boundaries, right? You have to, that's where I'm looking for it, have some sort of self-respect for yourself when you walk through this land of darkness, as we call it, which is Babylon America, Babylon the Great. First scripture I want to get is 1 Corinthians 7, verse 31. And bear with me. My mind is a little bit slow today. Just bear with me. It's 1 Corinthians 7, verse 31. And they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away, right? So we know that we're not supposed to be abusing the world, right? And abusing the world is going beyond the limits that were given unto you, right? Let's say you have a particular endeavor, and that endeavor could be whatever, right? You cannot allow that endeavor to consume you because Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has to remain your first love, okay? So that's just one of the many examples of you abusing the world, you going out too much and dabbling with people in society. That's also abusing the world. And I'm saying too much because excess of anything is not good, all right? But you cannot allow the world to abuse you and run you over and just chew you up, because that's what these people do, okay? Look, the people in this world are like wolves. They're not guided by the same principles that we live on, okay? So they're very malicious in their approach and how they conclude a matter, And we as men of the Lord, the scriptures state that he that departed from evil, right? Let me get that. He that departs from evil. Through my weakness am I made strong. And the reason why I mentioned that was because I realized that my illness, right, my ailment, is getting worse, but I get stronger through the Spirit, through the Spirit power, Yahweh Shai. That's why we just need to be delivered, all right? Um, that's why we just need to be delivered, so we can be delivered from all these different curses and negative effects, the consequences and the attrition of the battle. There's Isaiah 59 verse 15. It says, "Yea, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey." And when you're a prey, that means you're a target. You have a target on your back. The demons see that you're walking with the light. They see that you're walking with Yahweh Shai. Therefore, they want to devour you. And I've experienced this firsthand. And I'll be honest with you, man. I also watched Elder Apostle Gabar's video, and that video set me straight because within this situation, within this, I guess you could say, situation or scenario that's being played out, essentially, things were happening that I never thought would happen. I never expected for me to go through something like this before. But with the Lord, with this counsel, with this truth, you have to be better at expecting the unexpected. You have to expect things to go out of control, and that has to be a mindset. That's something also that the brother mentioned as well. Him being in this thing times two amount of years that I've been in this thing. So whatever he says, I take it to heart, which what I do with other brothers. But you have some men that you're just very, very close with, and he's just one of them. All right. So understanding that you're going to be a target, you have to carry yourself with a certain level of confidence. Don't allow this world to abuse you. All right. This is Jeremiah 1 verse 17. It says, "Thou therefore gird up thy loins." Right. The loins really is your mind. You got to strengthen your mind. And what I've realized is that weak-minded individuals do not make it far in this truth. All right. I compare this truth like the Marines. When you're going through the rigorous trial process of the Marines and how they have the boot camp set up and everything, you essentially get put to the test. All right. You get stressed out. You get, man. They put you to your limit, beyond your limit. All right, and it's within that moment where it's either you're gonna break or you're gonna make, and that's what the Lord is doing. All right, each and every single one of us, He's breaking or making us. Okay, He's molding us into those perfect vessels through that fire that we catch. "Thou therefore gird up thy loins and arise and speak unto them all that I command thee." Okay, going out there having that bold confidence, prophesying. Not only when you're prophesying, but also when you're out in the world, you have to be extremely confident against these people. Okay? Don't show any amount of weakness. And I'm speaking from experience, from past situations that I've been in where I'm like, damn, I should have never done that. I should have just went a different route. But, I wanted to keep my circumstances. I didn't want things to change. So I pretty much, how do I say it? I took the low, but towards the wrong people, and they took advantage of that. Okay? Verse 17, it says, "Be not dismayed at their faces, lest I confound thee before them." Right? So, being dismayed, don't be afraid of the faces of these people, because look, the times that we're coming, we're gonna need that confidence. Okay, there's not going to be any take the low in that day. We're gonna need that confidence. We're going to need that conference because it's going to be us against the world. And that's also another topic that I want to go into. Probably I'll try to do it with the Elder Pashai, if the Spirit allows, right? That's like a good topic for him and I to be doing, us against the world, because we're coming into a time when people are going to say all types of wild shit about us, and the people are going to believe it, and there's nothing you can do, okay? And you just have to bear with it. Go back to the fundamentals and trust in Yahweh Shah. All right, that's why we're doing the work now, to build ourselves up for that very evil day. This is our second Esdras 15, right? Verse 3, it says, "Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them which the incredulity," right? Let's actually look the word up. I don't want to be a mockingbird, so look the word up, incredulity. It says a disbelieving frame of mind, unbelief, okay? Positive disbelief, mental rejection of statement or assertion. So this incredulity is just a disbelieving frame of mind. It's a mindset, right? Don't let the unbelievers, all right, of them trouble thee. Their unbelieving mindset that speak against you, okay? Because this is going to be really magnified during the time when when the trial and the fire, right? When they come in and persecute the saints, this is really going to be magnified at that time. But we have to practice, okay? Practice having that mindset. So when that time comes, we're already ready. They have a saying in the world: get ready so you don't have to be ready, or be ready so you don't have to get ready. Okay. And then another scripture I'm going to, what the hell is this? Another scripture I'm going to get is Proverbs, Ezekiel 3 verse 8. It says, "Behold, I made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads." Now, we know that this is speaking about prophesying against Israel, right? Okay, I have to qualify the scripture. "As an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house." So this is talking about Israel, right? We go out there and prophesy before them. But I'm going to use this scripture to apply it to the whole world. Don't be dismayed, right, at the hostility of these people. Don't be dismayed. Don't be troubled. Okay. Don't let them beat you down and abuse you, because I mistakenly have done that, and I regret it. But you live and you learn. The Lord allowed that to happen within my walk so that I may grow from that experience and know what to do when other situations like that arise again. Another scripture I'm going to get is Proverbs 14, verse 26. It says, "In the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is strong confidence." Strong confidence, man. All right? True confidence. Because I'll tell you something. The people in the world, they do not have confidence. They have confidence in their looks. They have confidence in maybe their ability. Like, they're very, very eloquent. They're very fluent in their speech, right? Which is something that I'm not. But oh well, that doesn't stop me from doing the work. They have confidence in their body, how their body looks, which, to a certain degree, it's not really anything wrong with that, because that's something that you obtain through hard labor. So one is going to be proud of their work, but it goes, the people they take it to another level, where now that's really all they care about. That's like the center of their world. So when they see other people that don't have that particular body type, they look down on them, and that's pride, right? That's arrogance, essentially. All right. And his children shall have a place of refuge, right? Which is what the refuge refers to, the secret place, the wisdom, right? Essentially, us being in the circle, being connected to Yahweh Shem Yashai, being within the temple, within the inner courts. Okay, we have that place of refuge. Anytime I'm feeling down, I just go ahead and call a brother, and I'm good. You know, my spirit is straight, right? I'm back to where I need to be. I'm recalibrated. You know, the robot has been reset. Okay, or just reading the scriptures, doing the lesson. You're good. That's all we need. This is our therapy, man. Our therapy. We don't need to go to see a fucking therapist, and because they can't help us with our fucking problems. These people in the world, they cannot bear what we go through every fucking day. And I'm not talking about just the financial shit. I'm talking about the mental battles that we go through. They cannot handle it. They'll fucking kill themselves. They'll off themselves. So that right there should give you an extreme level of confidence, of faith towards these people. Okay? Extreme level of confidence. All right? You have to walk around within this demonic world like Yahushua is right behind you. He's at your side. Okay? He's in front of you. All right? You know how Christians say, Jesus, take the wheel? Well, Yahushua, he's taking the wheel of your whole entire life. All right? So keep that in mind. You know, I'm not going to make this lesson too long. I'm going to end it off there, giving all praises, honors, and glories due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rokakata. Shalom to the elect.